The world is full of strange things, and they tend to leave people bewildered and confused when they are captured on camera. Here are 3 unexplained mysteries that will blow your mind and leave you wondering. Number 3. Drone disguised as a bird discovered in Somalia. A drone crashed in Mogadishu's Wabri district in 2016, where it was found and pictured on social media, but it was not like the ordinary drones you see every day. The crashed drone was believed to be the property of the Somali government and was found to be built to resemble a bird. Local Somali news suspected the drone was the property of the Somali National Intelligence and Security Agency. For years, drone companies have been working on drones that could blend in with birds. The Robird was designed to look and fly like a real bird of prey, and another robot bird was modeled after a seagull. Yet another drone can perch like a bird. There have also been drones that look like hummingbirds and one that looks like an eagle. None of those had the simple metal aesthetic of this drone, which has propellers on its wings. This drone has wings that flap like a bird's and is powered by 2 sets of tiny propellers. A quick look overhead would make it easy to mistake for the real thing. Very little is known about the drone, which was apparently discovered on May 1, 2016. Images of the bird drone were posted on Twitter by user Adam Omar, who claimed the strange craft was recovered from Mogadishu's Wabri district. Based on 2 images which are low quality and look dated, the craft is metallic and shaped like the silhouette of a large bird of prey, which would be able to glide high above without raising suspicion. Somalia and the Gulf of Aden are in the path of migratory birds, including raptors such as falcons and buzzards, which can be seen soaring overhead on their way to wintering grounds. While no one knows the purpose of this drone, it is chilling to think a drone disguised as a bird can fly over you without you knowing. Number 2. China's robotic spy birds take surveillance to new heights. If you've ever looked up to the sky and enjoyed the sight of a bird gliding above, be warned, it could be a Chinese drone monitoring your every move. The discovery of the robotic drone disguised as a dove found in China is similar to the one we discussed before, but far more advanced than that one. Emerging technologies tend to be wielded by governments and the military before the general population even knows of their existence. In China, the state is using robotic birds to keep a watchful eye on the people. According to the South China Morning Post, more than 30 military and government agencies have deployed bird-like drones and related devices in at least 5 provinces in recent years. The technology is thought to have been used extensively in the autonomous region of Xinjiang Uyghur. The huge area in the northwest of China shares borders with Russia, Mongolia, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, and Afghanistan, among others. It's also one of the most ethnically diverse parts of the country and is thought of by the central government in Beijing as a separatist movement waiting to happen. The program is codenamed Dove and is being led by researchers at the Northwestern Polytechnical University in Xi'an, Shaanxi Province. The scale is still small, a member of the team told the South China Morning Post. We believe the technology has good potential for large-scale use in the future. It has some unique advantages to meet the demand for drones in the military and civilian sectors. Each bird has an installed battery, flight control system, and, of course, a camera to watch what is going on below in a country. Each Dove drone weighs 200 grams and can reach speeds of 25 miles per hour for 30 minutes at a time. The drones are connected to a central platform via satellite and are fitted with high-definition cameras and software to stabilize the video footage. Unlike common drones that use rotor systems, the Dove drones mimic the flapping movements of a real bird to give it a lift. They also seem to pass for actual birds in the sky. According to a source close to the project, real birds have been seen flying alongside the robot doves, and a flock of sheep, an animal known to spook easily, paid no attention to a drone when it cruised nearby, meaning it moves very quietly. It's not a surprise that the Chinese government has expressed interest in the Dove drones. For years, China has been planning and slowly rolling out a large-scale program that's designed to give each citizen a social credit score. The government says the program is designed to boost trust nationwide and build a culture of sincerity. And it just might. After all, doing business in China can be risky because many signed contracts simply aren't kept. The Dove drones were designed by a former senior scientist on China's J-20 stealth aircraft program, Song Bifeng, and the bird drone's existence was confirmed by Yang Wenjing, a colleague of Song. Aside from the obvious privacy concerns, the potential military applications of this technology may have other nations scrambling for countermeasures. After all, any aerial system that looks, behaves, and flies like a bird could evade both human and radar detection. The move to develop and recruit drones for reconnaissance purposes is part of a wider trend. Militaries around the world are keen to harness progress in computer vision and autonomous systems. Meanwhile, the ability to gather intelligence without risking the safety of human soldiers is a positive step, no matter which side of a war you're on. But when that technology is turned on civilians, the ethical lines begin to blur. Number 1. This LA startup is building tiny injectable robots to attack tumors. A small group of scientists and engineers are developing a device smaller than a flea that will wind its way inside the heads of people with brain tumors and deliver life-saving treatments. Bionaut Labs, a Los Angeles startup that raised $20 million in backing from Khosla Ventures, Upfront Ventures, and Bold Capital, unveiled the tiny, rigid, remote-controlled device with metallic parts, a silica polymer exterior, and a cavity to place treatments inside. It's a sort of drone for the body. Bionaut Labs began preclinical trials in 2018 to treat brainstem glioma, a tumor nestled in one of the most complex and delicate areas of the body, the brainstem, which controls everything from breathing to eating to heart rate. Because of its location, surgery is often not an option, and some patients undergo radiation therapy. Their micro-robot, or Bionaut as the company calls it, is still untested in humans, but the device is meant to be injected by doctors into the brain and controlled with a magnetic device that moves it through the brain into the affected area. Once treatment is complete, it's removed magnetically. Its biggest advantage, the company hopes, is to deliver targeted treatment, eliminating the need for physicians to turn to more invasive medicines such as radiation. In a simulation that was created to show the theory, the robot, which is a metal cylinder just a few millimeters long and shaped like a tiny bullet, slowly follows a pre-programmed trajectory through a gel-filled container, emulating the human brain's density. Once it nears a pouch filled with blue liquid, the robot is swiftly propelled like a rocket and pierces the sac with its pointed end, allowing liquid to flow out. Inventors hope to use the robot to pierce fluid-filled cysts within the brain when clinical trials on humans begin. Bionaut Labs has already tested its robots on large animals such as sheep and pigs, and the data shows the technology is safe for human beings. If approved, the robots could offer key advantages over existing treatments for brain disorders. Today, most brain surgery and brain intervention are limited to straight lines. If you don't have a straight line to the target, you're stuck, you're not going to get there. But the micro-robotic tech allows you to reach the targets you are not able to reach and reach them repeatedly in the safest trajectory possible. The US Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, has granted Bionaut Labs approvals that pave the way for clinical trials to treat Dandy-Walker syndrome and malignant gliomas and cancerous brain tumors, often considered to be inoperable. In the case of malignant gliomas and cancerous brain tumors, the micro-robots will be used to inject anti-cancer drugs directly into brain tumors in a surgical strike. Existing treatment methods involve bombarding the whole body with drugs, leading to potentially severe side effects and loss of effectiveness. The use of micro-robots can also take measurements and collect tissue samples inside the brain. Bionaut Labs has around 30 employees and has discussions with partners about using its tech to treat other conditions affecting the brain, including Parkinson's, epilepsy, or strokes. Bionaut aims to move to clinical trials by 2023.